Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Creative Cosplay Corner. Today, I'm going to give you a little teaser into what this episode is going to be about. I would like you all to see a montage of all of the creativeness that Electrish brings to this episode. So check out this montage, and we'll be right back. All right, so now that you know what Electrish brings to the show, let me stop talking and let's bring her on. Electrish, do me a favor, come on the show, introduce yourself, and tell us about yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Electrish. I am from South Florida. I've been cosplaying for well over 5 years. I have always loved dressing up in my normal life, so cosplay just kind of became this natural thing to do. And I'm having so much fun doing it, I can't stop.
Well, let's talk about that, because when I go into origin stories, so what do you mean you like to dress up in your regular world and now it's part of your day-to-day with this cosplay? What does that mean?
So I've always loved Halloween and being able to go to themed parties that people would have. I would always go dressed to the nines and be the most dressed up person there. And I love dressing up for anything, you know, St. Patrick's Day, any kind of holiday. So it just felt natural to fall into cosplay because I've always loved comics. I've always loved superheroes. So, you know, it was just something fun to try. And once I tried it, I was like, okay, this is my thing.
This was it, right? It took off and you got that hook, right? So let's talk about that. In that montage they just saw, there is a ton of different types of characters and even the gender benders or the mashups. How do you come up with who you're going to cast and how you're going to present that? How do you come up with that?
When I started, it was with characters that I've always loved, that I've loved reading about, seeing on movies and animated, you know, shows, but it just became something that I wanted to try more of, and I didn't really think that I could do it as well as I did, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try it and go for it, and I've just had so much fun and come up with these different ideas that they just work, you know, they're just fun.
So we're going to go down a little path here with this, because just before our interview, you and I were chatting, and if anybody can pay attention, they can probably see, I thought of a Eminem song, Will the Real MJ Please Stand Up, right? So I think they call you the real MJ, right?
Yes, my friends always call me the real MJ because, first of all, I love Spider-Man, always loved Spider-Man. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. Peter Parker is the best. So yeah, I coined the nickname, the real MJ, because I'm a natural redhead, and it's just something that happened, you know, and I'll take it.
I was going to say, it's a hell of a nickname, and I think it works out pretty good for you, right? So let's do this, though. In your passion for it and in your joy for being in that Spider-Man realm, talk about the Into the Spider-Verse, because there's a picture I want to show here with a particular Spider-Verse character. So let's talk about Spider-Gwen, or let's talk about your Gwen's Day. This is a mashup coming from your passion of both Halloween, I imagine, your passion for Spider-Man, and your passion for Gwen. So do me a favor. Let's talk about Gwen's Day.
Yes, absolutely. Gwen's Day is, you know, a day that is dedicated to Gwen Stacy. And Gwen Stacy, I love how they portrayed her in Into the Spider-Verse, because she is Spider-Gwen. She is a very tough but very caring character, and she's so much fun to cosplay. So I ended up mixing her with another character, and you know, I did Kylo Gwen, and you know, I did different versions of her, Venom and Gwenom, and I just love the character so much. She's so much fun to cosplay.
And then you took a Addams Family, right, in your Gwen, and you put them together, because typically Addams Family Wednesday's jet black, and now I see these double blonde braids, and I thought, man, this is the great mashup. And then the name itself, right, Wednesday's perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
Wednesday
Addams, right?
Half Gwen, half Wednesday. Always loved the Addams Family, you know, and Gwen Stacy herself. So it was just an idea that I had around Halloween, and I put it on, and it just worked. It just worked.
It does work. It works actually pretty badass because I think when I do a screenshot of this interview, I'm probably going to use that Wednesday and you in the corner chit-chatting about that. I think it's a perfect cover for something to show both your creativeness and then the way it projects when you bring those characters to life. There's another one because I'm going to jump ship to the DC world. And I know you've got a Black Cat, you've got some other characters as well, but there's one particular picture, and I'll bring it up. I want to talk about your Joker Batman mashup.
Oh, so Batgirl with as a Joker. So
Yes, my bad. Yes, Batgirl with the Joker.
that was an idea that stemmed from both the Killing Joke and also a few other comic books where, you know, Batgirl was portrayed with the Joker smile and the Joker makeup, and it was just so menacing and so creepy. And I talked to a photographer about doing it, and at first we did photos as Batgirl in the regular Batgirl suit that I made, and then I ended up putting on the makeup for the Joker, and it just became this other thing. And it was just, I was creeping myself out, actually.
It scared the hell out of me. It did. I pulled it up and I was like, holy, because I'm going through and there's a spider and then there's a black cat and and then I was like, yo, what is this thing? And it was pretty badass though. So
I would love to have the shock value on my page as well, because Halloween, like I said, is one of my favorite holidays ever. And it's just so much fun to take that twist to a character and make the darker side of them come through.
And that Killing Joke was just epic. Both was it 89 comic? I think it was an 89 comic. I remember that as a kid. And then the actual cartoon, I was actually pleased with the portrayal of the cartoon when it came out a couple years ago. But your pick was badass. Very good. So a lot of people, when they cosplay and they choose anybody they want, and then the box really isn't there anymore. You can cosplay anything and anybody. I want to talk about, again, another character, Clockwork Orange. Oh. Tell me about Alex.
Oh, I love that you're asking about Alex. So I have always been a Stanley Kubrick film fan, and his work is amazing and so iconic in that film. So Alex is one of those characters that is just so bold and so just crazy. And I wanted to do a gender bend version of Alex because he's a redhead as well. And I love the look and I love the style. And I actually happen to have a mannequin that I disassembled and kind of like threw across my couch and just did a quick photo shoot with, because I was watching The Clockwork Orange and thinking about, you know, I could do this. So I just went into my closet, put some things on, got the suspenders on, and did it.
And a glass of milk. Gotta have the milk, yes. Right?
Mine yes. Is actually almond milk. Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. When I saw it, because I did go through the history of your page, and I really want to encourage people to search you out and find you, because I don't know how many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pictures you have on your Instagram, but I spent part of a good morning just scrolling through, and it was further back in your history when I got to your Clockwork Orange, and you're telling me you just threw that together, slapped it looked like your feet were up on the table. It was epic. I got to tell you what, it was epic.
Yeah, cosplay is so much fun for me. It's something that I'll have an idea and then I'll just be obsessed with that idea, and I won't stop thinking about it until I actually execute that idea. So whether it be just putting things together from my closet or, you know, putting together a cosplay and going to a convention, I've always enjoyed it. It's so much fun to do.
So let's talk about it, because we spoke earlier, I've only been to 2 small cons. What's it like, and you can pick any character you want to talk about, what's it like to put on a character and walk through a con?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you about a convention that I went to as the Iron Spider version of Mary Jane with the huge spider arms. So during that convention, because of the size of the arms that I was wearing, that I had made, you know, a month before the convention and planned to wear, it was so hard to maneuver around the convention, but it was still so much fun because so many people were like just engaging, and they were just taking pictures, and I was holding people's kids, and it was so much fun to not only try to maneuver around a convention wearing those huge arms, but also to see the reaction that people were giving me. because I spent a lot of time on that, and it was not easy to do. So it was very rewarding to see the response that people had, and it was so much fun.
Well, Electrish, I appreciate you sharing that with us because I like to see people's experiences when they go through cons. I speak to a lot of guests, and maybe some of them are maybe shy, or maybe they're not the most outgoing, but they say as soon as they put on their caricature, they put on their cosplay, everything's off the table, and they are. And I can imagine turning the corner, and I'll put it up, those gold Iron Spider spikes coming out, and the apparatus you built. So I actually are going to talk to you offline. I want to do a modern day Inspector Gadget.
Oh,
I want the trench coat and the hat, but I want to wear a harness of some sort that I can slit out the back of the jacket so that a spring can come over and have like a boxing glove, or it can have a gun, or I'll get some Heelys and I can skate through, do the whole 9 yards, maybe a hat that I can put a propeller on and hold my handles.
what I will tell you is be prepared. Be prepared for a long and treacherous day of wearing that, but it's going to be amazing. And
I appreciate that. And I think I'm going to talk to you about maybe how that harness can work in that something suit, because I saw that it worked pretty well with you. Well, Electrish, one, I appreciate you being on the show. I always want to welcome and thank my guests. You have an amazing creative talent, an amazing passion for what you do. I see behind you, we just spoke, you took up a little bit more of an extension of your own photography and shoots. And I will tell them as they come to your page, they're going to be shocked when they come across. I talked about your neon earlier. I talked about some of your phoenixes. You've got some amazing stuff going on, not just right now, but continuing. But do me a favor. This isn't about me. I want them to come see you. So this is your platform. Is there anything you want to tell your audience, your cosplay community? What is it you'd like to put out there for everybody?
So I would love to just share that cosplay should be fun for everybody, and just have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. Don't take it, as something that is not for you. Everybody should be able to experience it, even if it's just once or twice, because it's so much fun to put on a costume and to feel like you're a real life superhero or a villain or anything for a day. It's worth the experience.
Well, Electrish, I appreciate that. Seriously, when I came across your page and I started to see it, one, I know that our cosplayers, they're very busy. They have a lot of stuff going on. So I know people slide into your DMs. I don't know what that looks like. Just, again, I don't know what that looks like. But you've got fans who just want to tell you thank you, or just tell you to keep up. So I do appreciate you reaching back to me and saying, yeah, you'd be on the show. I look forward. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yep. I look forward to seeing you in the future. And now that we're going to be neighbors, because I'm moving to this area, we're going to be neighbors. I'm looking forward to that 2021 con season. We'll get to walk down and I'm going to yell, Electrish! And I'm going to get you out there and find you definitely in a con.
Great. Sounds amazing. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, listen, to everybody out there, thank you for watching this episode of the Creative Cosplay Corner. We've had Electrish down here from the southern part of Florida, and the amazingness that she has, that she's going to get out there. Please go check out her page. To everybody else that's just here as a fan, thank you for being here, and we'll see you on the next side.
Thank you.